How you doing, Aqua? Let's see what we got going on for you. Right when I was gonna start, I got a call. I feel like you've been getting a lot of interruptions. Embezzlement, theft, or robbery, or financial abuse. First card out. That's gonna be the theme, I guess, for your reading. Do a Celtic cross for Aqua. King of Wands. Four of Pentacles. I've also got a song for you. Extraordinary Machine by Fiona. When it came up, I started to read the lyrics. Messages that Aqua doesn't know. And as I read the lyrics, I was like, wow, this is definitely Aqua. You are someone who is a trendsetter, unique, fast thinker. Definitely someone who is sometimes hard to understand by people because you can be so eccentric. Ooh, what's with all of these upside down cards? Huh. It's interesting how these are coming out. Well, first card out, King of Wands. You could have fire in your chart, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Or maybe who you're dealing with is. Now, King of Wands is someone who is dynamic, an action-oriented person. Someone who starts businesses, someone who can be quite physical, you know, someone who could work in physical jobs like the DOD, an athlete, you know. Now, what's stopping, if this is for you, your action? Your drive and where you're going. Maybe you're holding back from a fire sign or someone with fire in their chart. You're doing that because you're protecting something. Your foundation, the things that you're working on that's going to bring you abundance. Maybe somebody came in to disturb your peace in some kind of way, or try to offer you something, or you had some kind of offer that you're currently working towards and you're holding back from whatever this Queen of Wands is, or somebody is holding back something from you, maybe something that you should be getting. Maybe a King of Wands is holding back from you, your funds. In the past, Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from something towards something else, but maybe you stayed. You decided to stay in something or with someone who was kind of selfish, or somebody who is kind of miserly, or you're just holding back your energy, but you have refused to leave something. Or you decided to stay and work things out with somebody who's kind of selfish, but there's a lack of trust with whatever you're working on, and it could be something that has a monetary value too. Now your goal is the Fool in reverse, not to go towards something. Maybe keep yourself stagnant in something, or refuse to have a new start in something or someone. It's like, I'm not going to work with this person. I'm not going to work with whoever this is. Like, I feel like they're hiding something from me, or they've stolen something from me, or they refuse to give me something that I actually should be entitled to. But it's like they want to hold on to everything. And you're like, I'm not going to leave until I get my due. And what's ahead of you, the Artist in reverse. Now, the Artist in the upright is like making your life into the picture of what is like your masterpiece. But it's like ahead of you, it's like you're stopping yourself from making your own masterpiece, from creating the life that you want in the depiction or perspective in the way that you would see fit. It's like you're holding yourself to something because you feel like you're owed something. It's like, I'm not leaving until I get my due. This is what I feel. Or somebody's not leaving. It's like a battle between monetary kind of things. Maybe you could be dealing with somebody if you're like, this is a partner of yours and you're financially like dependent on him of some kind. If this is your husband who's like, you know, and you're like a housewife, like they're kind of being super miserly, and now there could be some kind of divorce that you want to leave, but you don't want to leave until like everything is settled and you get your portion of like, you know, the settlement, you know, like child support, your, you know, like, or, you know, spousal support. You see yourself as the Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel like whoever you're with or you're working with, it could be a boss, it could be a significant other. It's somebody that you don't trust, that you're not exactly communicating with, that if you do communicate, it's really sharp. You know, this is someone who can be overly suspicious. Like if this is somebody that you don't really trust, this is somebody that you've had constant trust issue with, like problems with, but it's like, it's kind of like a toxic relationship that's not really making you happy, but yet you don't want to stay because you feel like you deserve something that's owed to you. Or it could be something that you're holding yourself back from if you're already separated and you're not communicating with, and you're kind of like, kind of protecting your own barrier. Because this person is a Knight of Wands. This person is kind of like fly by night, you know, fair weather friend. This person is a slave to their desires, who is not very trustworthy, someone who can be quite selfish and holds back a lot. Your hopes and fears, I feel like this is a partner that they're juggling, that there's another person. Perhaps you've been in a relationship that, you know, there was some trust issues that was broken, and now you kind of always kind of are untrusting with them. This looks like kind of a toxic relationship, to be honest. It's like, I'm not happy in this relationship or this job, but I don't trust you. And I don't want to let you go, and I want to control you in this situation. But it's like you're not really all that happy either, because this is not your idea of a masterpiece. But it's like a foundation that you're going to stay because like you feel like you're owed something. Maybe this person is putting you in some kind of position that, you know, like they put you in a position that they made you feel like you had to depend on them. And that's why you feel like you can't exactly leave. The outcome is a Chariot, though. This is the thing that's going to help you achieve a breakthrough, is moving away from this. Because if there's a person that you're with, a partner that you're with, or a boss, or like maybe even a father or a brother that you're with that tends to be really miserly or manipulative, or just kind of like, you know, self-serving, or who's had multiple indiscretions, maybe the reason why you're holding on so tight is because you feel like he is on his way out. And when he's on his way out, you feel like you have to control his movements because you feel like he is, or that maybe he's hiding something. Yeah, it's like you're trying to control him from leaving, but then you're not happy in this situation either. Maybe this is like a financial thing. If this is a boss or a, you know, then I feel like they're not paying you enough for what you're worth. That this person is kind of a tyrant and they're kind of selfish, and, you know, and it's like, it's really putting you in a bad place because like you're not the best version of yourself dealing with this person. It's like they're turning you into someone that's kind of sharp and bitter. But I feel like if this is a partner that had a couple indiscretions, that you don't trust, that you have to keep your tabs on all the time, and it just seems like a toxic relationship, I feel that it's just a matter of time before it's going to end. Maybe your partner is holding back all of his money for himself because he has some plans to be on the way out, because you possibly cut him off, or you're just trying to hold him in place. I don't know. Oh, underneath, Five of Pentacles, feeling left out into the cold. Feeling rejected and abandoned. This could be divorce. This could be feeling discarded because you feel that they have plans to move on or to leave in some kind of way, and you're trying to hold him in place. Now, this could also be a husband or a son as well, who kind of like wants to fly the coop, and it's like you don't want to let go. You want to stay holding on to this, and it's like if this is a partner, I feel like you're trying to keep close ties to him because he's untrustworthy, and he's proven that to you. So what's the point of trying to control him? Because if you're not happy in the situation where you can't trust him, it's like holding on to a situation that's just keeps you in a feeling of anxiety and lack and not being felt good enough. Maybe, and I feel like you don't trust him because there was an infidelity. And I feel like this hasn't been the first time. But it's like maybe he made him dependent, made you dependent on him. You know, so that way he could control you more. And because he feels like he's taking care of everything, then he feels like he could do whatever that he wants because he's kind of selfish, and, you know, like he feels that it's owed to him, or he's entitled to be cheap, or kind of like you know, like have a lot of infidelities or cheat or do whatever he wants, because this is kind of like someone who is super controlling. And I bet if you were honest with yourself, you would kind of sit back and say that I'm not really happy in this relationship anyway, but obviously there's some kind of benefit that you're getting from this person, because it's like you're trying to keep him put. And maybe it's because of like feeling rejected or feeling like just messed with. This is like somebody who kind of constantly kind of talks down to you or treats you badly, or, you know, someone who feels entitled to treat people like shit, or, you know, I mean, this kind of feels like someone who can be like financially, mentally, and emotionally kind of abusive, or, you know, or someone who is very like, he's not giving. This isn't giving or loving. This is like a toxic relationship. And it's like no amount of holding on to somebody that's toxic is ever going to make him any less toxic, right? It's just keeping you in a situation that ultimately proved that you weren't very happy. And it kind of holds both of you back and stuck and tied to a situation that neither of you are happy, because this definitely is not your idea of a masterpiece or making your life into your version of beauty. I feel like you've been fighting a lot because you're hurt. And if this isn't you, if you're not the partner, then you are the husband that's kind of holding back from this partner, because you feel there was some kind of indiscretion on their part, or they were using you for money in some kind of way. And now you're starting to hold back, but I feel like this person doesn't have a lot of funds or anything like that to kind of even go on their own, because maybe they were depending on you, or they're dependent on you for a really long time, because this is like a married situation, and maybe you're a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mother, or they were a stay-at-home wife or mother. But I see a really unhappy relationship. And if you're the King of Wands in this situation, I figure that it's been just, you're over it. Because maybe there was indiscretions on either hers or your part, or maybe even both. And now neither of you trust the other, but neither of you, one of you wants to keep the other put. And maybe it's because maybe both of you are trying to keep the other put, because like one doesn't want to lose his finances in the divorce, and the other one doesn't want to lose, like, you know, their financial support. But either way, one of you is holding back everything anyway. And this is like kind of like a cheaper to keeper situation, because, you know, one of you doesn't want to lose their finances or funds or shared resources. One of them doesn't want to pay out, and the other one has been having indiscretions, or maybe both of you. I don't know, but looks really toxic. Maybe it's like this fire sign here. You know, if you are the man in this situation, I feel like one of you left but ended up coming back to try to work on this. But ultimately, it's like something that is going to end. Like it's inevitable because neither of you are happy. Both of you are kind of trying to control the other. And it's just keeping each other bound in a situation that is unfulfilling for both of you. I feel like I'm talking to you though, Aquarius, as the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is you. But your issue is the King of Wands. That this is somebody who, you know, yeah, he's charming and everything, but you know, the charm is only superficial. In the end, he's just kind of selfish. In the end, he has multiple indiscretions because he thinks that he's entitled to control you because he pays the majority of the bills, or, you know, like financially takes care of everything. But it doesn't give anyone a right to treat their partner like crap, you know? And I think maybe there's a need to start finding some kind of independence because, as in like finding your own job as well, if you are like dependent on him financially, because maybe this is that thing that's making you feel like you have to hold on. And if you're not financially dependent on him, it still feels like you're trying to hold him in place, but it's like so he could stay in a relationship that is unfulfilling for you ultimately anyway. Let's see what else is going on with these words. Someone needs your help. A person of interest. Promotion, job offer, or opportunity. Maybe somebody around you is going through some financial issues as well. Or maybe this person has some kind of mental or emotional issues that maybe he does need to seek out some kind of help. Maybe it could be like narcissism or kind of like manic depressant, or you know, like, and I feel like maybe he has some kind of job opportunity or job offer coming that could potentially take him away from this relationship. And maybe that's the thing that he's either not telling you, or he told you and it's like you're totally against it because you want to keep him here. But it's like this is like a codependency. It's like, I don't like you. I'm not even sure if I still love you, but I can't live without you. And I don't want you to live without me. This is like something like trauma bonding too. It's like if he is kind of really narcissistic, if he's been kind of mentally and emotionally abusive, like maybe you've had some kind of he built a codependency in you, feeling like you can't leave because like you're so emotionally dependent on this person now from all of these cycles of like abuse. And it doesn't even have to be physical. It could be financial. It could be emotional. That it did breed some kind of codependency. But I think at this point, it might be best that you do remove yourself from this situation because this looks extremely toxic. This is like a controlling, this someone who needs some kind of control. It's like he wants everything his way. You know, he controls everything, finances, what you do, and things like that. He controls his emotions, his desires. He controls how much he communicates. And he actually instills a sense of neediness in you because you feel kind of so rejected and starved in this relationship that you feel like at this point you've been locked into this toxic dynamic so long, you can't picture yourself leaving. It's like a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing. Politician. There's someone who puts on a good show, who has a really good persona, like he's the good guy who everyone kind of gets along with, but I think indoors he's a totally different person. He controls like his communication. There's no communication in this situation. He does what he wants, when he wants. He doesn't listen to you. He doesn't he never considers you or your feelings or your needs. And because like he's just kind of like arrogant and selfish. Spiritually gifted. Spiritually evolved self to fully realize your potential. Aqua, I think you are spiritually gifted. I think he's kind of like this abuse cycle has been so long in your life that it makes you feel some kind of need. And I feel like he creates this codependency with a lot of people that he's with by withholding any kind of love and affection that makes you feel like you have to work for it all of the time. And I think you deserve better. Because like keeping this person in place, it doesn't seem like you're winning. Obsessed and obsessive thoughts. He makes you feel obsessed because this person is like always hiding shit, secrets, lying by omission. Always wondering like he has a double secret life because he never communicates with you. Demonic or jinn attachment or possession. He has some really dark energy on him. Him or her. Dark witch or warlock. I feel like whoever you're dealing with, it doesn't have to be a King of Wands. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be a male. It could be a female as well. It could be a tyrannical boss. It could be a tyrannical father or parent. But I feel like this is kind of a partner kind of thing. It could be a tyrannical, like, controlling friend, but I feel like this is a partner. This person has a dark energy and he's like draining, he or she is draining the life out of you. And he's making you seem like you're crazy and ultra controlling because he's kind of trying to control you and your emotions and your moves. But it's like, even though like, and outwardly, you're the one that's like exploding and everyone thinks that you're crazy because they don't see how he's kind of mistreating you, you know? And so on the outside, everyone just sees you acting out because he's so controlled in his emotions that all they ever see is you responding. Travel or relocation. Monogamous, devoted, and faithful. Spell work, mind control, and manipulation. Protect yourself. So he's coming at you, acting like he's faithful, swearing up and down that he is. But I think he's manipulating you. I think you're with a narcissist, and I think he or she is driving you crazy. This is toxic. And even if he wasn't a narcissist, like, a toxic relationship could bring the worst characteristics out of people. And you would do and say and act in ways that you never thought that you would. If this is not your best self, plain like vanilla, a missed opportunity, this person gets bored easy. This person is kind of demeaning, who never shows you any kind of appreciation. And I think you've dealt it out just as much as he's kind of given it out. Because maybe you're so sick of this that, you know, now you're starting to react. And maybe before you've kind of held it in for a really long time. But it's all starting to come out in really bad ways. It's because, like, you're so done with being mistreated. And is this, you just maybe have to think of it, is this bringing out the best part of you, the best version of you? Technologist and engineer. Maybe this person feels like he's in a situation that he feels tied down, and he's missing out other opportunities that he could go freely, but it doesn't look like he's holding back in any kind of way. He's still doing whatever the hell he wants. And this is a person who likes to figure out how things work, how people tick, so then he could best kind of like get a rise at them. Experiments, research, and investigation. I think he's made you feel like a spy, that you've had to spy on him because there's so many secrets. And I think he tests you a lot to see how far he could go and to see if he could get a reaction from you. And honestly, I think he kind of enjoys it when he does. Like, just like any narc, it makes him feel powerful. Let's just get you advice. I think this person is going to be heading out. He has some secret plans, possibly. He or she may have some kind of plans that you don't know about. And I think if he or she does leave, it would be your salvation, because he or she is driving you crazy. They're abusing you. I feel abuse, and this has become abuse on both sides now. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Appreciation, storm warning. Maybe he acts like this to ensure that he gets appreciated by the people around him, that they work extra hard for him. But it's really... But the storm warning is something that you have to be prepared for, that there's something that's going to be coming, like something that is not good, a broken heart. Oh, Aqua. So, appreciation. Appreciate the storm, because this is something that is meant to help you learn not only about yourself, but the natures of other people and how bad relationships could totally turn a good person into the worst person in the world. Kind of like there's something that's going to be coming up that you have to be aware of, and it's going to be heartbreaking. But whatever, after this heartbreak, you're going to be able to actually find some kind of happiness and personal healing, a door to personal healing and happiness and actual abundance. Because staying in this is like getting blood from a stone. Keeping an unfulfilled situation and trying to keep the devil around who's kind of like abusing you behind closed doors. The Magician in the Mirror. It's time to manifest your happiness. It's time to take the power into your own hands. And the power is not by controlling this person, because all you're doing is controlling yourself being stuck with somebody who's never going to change. Fifth chakra, anxiety and balance, yin and yang. The fifth chakra, it represents the ability to speak and communicate clearly and effectively. When it's in balance, it's shyness, withdrawn, arrogance, and increased anxiety. Look at that, increased anxiety. It's like this person is trying to control your speech or the things that, like, your feelings and emotions, you know, by acting like he or she is always the calm one, and then you're the one flying off the handle. When, you know, it's like they have this term for like narcissistic abuse, and it's called dog whistle, where they say something really rude and mean, but it's in quiet words and that no one else could see or hear, to get you to react in ways that makes you look crazy. And it's leading you into some mental prison, some anxiety. Because it's like this person never hears you out. This person never listens. The moment you speak, it's like he walks away, he or she walks away. And it's like you never are able to have your thoughts be heard or felt understood in any kind of way. Yin and yang. There needs to be a balance between the darkness and light. There's a need for you to find balance again into your own life, because I feel like at this point, this is like an abusive situation, and staying within the situation and trying to bind this person to this situation, it's only really hurting yourself. Because there's better things for you if you leave, because this looks like purgatory. Door to spirit. This person doesn't value you, Aqua. This person is selfish. It's time to have some strength. Trust in spirit. Reach out to your friends and family. Because this is like hell. But that's what I got for you. I hope you're feeling better. And I hope you're going to find the strength to leave this situation. But anyways, If this hit, go ahead and smash that like button and donation box below if you feel moved to do so. I hope you're feeling better, Aqua. I'll talk to you later. Love you lots. Bye.